Okay, so today we're going to be filming the tutorial for making the skirt for R2, and I've got two very special helpers. We've got James and we've got Tyler. First time for Tyler who's going to be open doing the builds. So what we'll do, we'll go a quick run through of all the bits and pieces which are for the actual skirt, the preparation for it, and then the assembly of them. And Tyler and James can put that together for us. Okay, so I'll zoom in now so we can see the parts, and then we'll prep them and get them assembled. Good job. Okay, lads. So what we're going to start off with is the individual parts which are for the base of the droid. And one of the things that we need to prepare and make sure of is that all the little pieces of plastic have been removed from these pieces. So if we start just peeling all those off, you can do that one as well, James. Now, the little rundown of all the parts. This piece goes in the base of R2, and really all it is to distribute some of the weight of the ankle when that's bolted in there across the base. This is the piece that all these are going to clip into. Now, on each of these pieces you'll notice that it's got a number of dots. Now, for reasons only known to Frank, he didn't number them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He did 2, then 3 over here, and then 4 here, and then 1 down the middle. So when we go to assemble that on the base of R2, we'll identify and make sure we get them right, because if you don't put them right, then the skins, each of the pieces that are going to go onto the base of the skirt, they won't fit. It'll kink it off ever so slightly because of the way that these are all individually cut. So we'll finish getting all these bits of plastic off all of these, and then I'll lift the R7 in this case onto the table, and we'll start clipping all the pieces in. Okay, so putting it up on the bench, you couldn't see Tyler or James, so we're going to work on the floor. So as I said, this is the piece that we're going to be working and clipping all the pieces in eventually at the top. I've marked on it 2, 4, 4, 3, 3, and then 1 all the way down, and then again 3 on these sides, 4 there, and 2 at the bottom. So what we'll do, we'll get the parts that have got a number 2 on to start off with, and if you can just see that little hole there, just carefully clip it in place. James, you want to do the front one? Like that. That's it, like that. So the slant's facing out. Alright, goes on that one there. And now we've got number 4, which goes next to the number 2 one. So we've got one on that side there. You can do that one, Tyler. Piece left on there. And if you can do the one next to it there, James.
I don't even know what way that
That's it. That's right. That's it. Middle. That's it. And then we've got the same at the front. So, same one over there. And you've got the same one.
This one near the feet.
Is this one near the feet?
Yeah.
Yeah, the foot goes in the middle there.
This is the bottom.
Yep. And then we're moving round to the corners now. So we've got number 3 goes in that one there. Number 3 goes in this one here. And then the same on the other side, 3 over there, on that one, and 3 on that one there.
Okay. Just going to meet out at one point.
Yep. Now you've got the last ones, which are the number 1s, which go over that side, so there's 3 of those, and 3 of those for that side.
So does it not matter about what they go in?
And then the last part is that we have to clip this piece on top. Just clip in there.
Now how are we going to get them to it? Oh my goodness, and you put the foot down.
Good job. We've got the base piece which is placed on there now. Now, just for the purposes of the tutorial, we'll go through how we're going to skin it, and then James and Tyler will leave the room while I put the PPE on for working with the dichloromethane, glue it all in place, and then we'll come back and just see how that actually how that looks as the finished skirt. So when you're kit, you get these two pieces, so you take that one there, that one there. Now where they're going to actually fit is around the front and the rear of the actual skirt. So what we'll do, we'll take the one that's on the front first. And then the next part are these edging detail pieces. We've got two longer ones for the strip around the front and the rear, and two short ones for the sides. And take one of those.
So where did these come from?
They go on the sides here now. Lift that one up. Okay, so that's all the structural pieces in place. Base of the skirt's done. We've got all the skins that are in place just loosely. So what I'll do is I'll stick each one of those down in turn. Obviously I'll fast forward through this part of the video. You don't really need to see us doing that. Okay, good job. Okay, so we're pretty happy that the skins were going to fit. So I've stripped it back just to the ribs and the base plate. Right, don't do that for a minute. And all I'm going to do is again PPE on, ME all the way around and get it to bond in place. Okay, all the outside of this is now set. That's firmly bonded and quite solid. What I've done here is just taped in place the skin, front and the rear. What I'll quickly do is just go on the inside and put a small bead of ME down the inside of each one of the ribs. You don't want to use too much because it is really thin and it will start to distort, so just a small amount. Okay. Okay, so these are now stuck in place. It's time to just put these skins in place. So butt up just at the side there, and likewise tape them in place and just stick them in from the back. Okay, so taking all the pieces off now, that's all fairly well stuck in. The only thing it might do is run a little bead of filler just along there, just so you've got a nice join. The only other parts that's to do is the kit comes with 12 of these ribs, and these are deer, where you've got the two little dots. They'll show you the actual placement, so I'll look that around for where each of the ribs will actually sit. Now this one's pre-painted for another build, but they only go in one way, so when you offer it off, if the angle doesn't look quite right, just turn it around. So that's, you can see that's sitting proud, sticking off. Turn it round and it should sit nice and flush with the actual panel. Once you've got all those in, that's your skirt fully complete. Good job. And I said to you, would you mind if I come down and saw you?